Hey, Rifters, welcome to the show. Subscribe, rate, review, tell a friend, tell an enemy. This summer has a lot of big movies, but on May 22nd, I Am Ryan is coming out, starring my good friend Hobart, who's going to be here via Riverside any second. So buy your tickets and see this movie, and it's going to be a blast. All right, excellent.
From Hollywood, California, welcome to Reza Riffs with your host, Keith Reza.
Hey, Hobart, how are you, bud?
Very good. Setting up my Riverside app here, baby. I love this app.
Oh, yeah. I used to do Zoom, but then I discovered Riverside, and I thought it sounded better.
Yeah, it's a beautiful street here in Los Angeles, Riverside.
Oh, you're in Los Angeles?
Yes, sir. Been here for, since 2012, yeah.
Oh, man, I'm in Los Angeles. We could have done this, like, in person at a Starbucks or something.
Rats. We could have done something really cool out in a parking lot, maybe at the 99. Oh, wait, those are gone. The
Yeah. We'll do it the next time. Next time. Yeah, next time we'll go get a chicken and record.
I like chicken sandwiches very much.
Yeah, definitely. But no, man, I'm very excited for you. One, we'll talk about the movie, but I'm excited because you're sitting in front of 3 guitars.
There's so many guitars in here. I don't even use half of them.
You don't? So
no, I do.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, oh, so you're just a collector? But did you start in music, or like, how is this?
Yeah. So yeah, that's been my passion since I was a child, is music. And so I moved out to Los Angeles from Illinois to chase down the musical dreams. And I've been so fortunate. I came out here as like a studio musician, and I was touring in a rock band, and I got to be on video games and films and TV and all that stuff. So I get to stay because of my passion to music, which has led me to hosting game shows and to acting and writing and all that. So I was just recording music like 5 minutes before we started chit chatting. I'm still working on a new track right now.
Oh my God, that's so exciting!
Yeah,
because I do stand-up comedy, but like I always feel that all stand-ups want to be rock stars, and all rock stars want to be comedians.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I make this joke all the time. I'm a huge stand-up nerd. That's all I watch on YouTube is stand-up and like travel videos. Yeah. And I don't do stand-up. I'm a funny man, but I won't do stand-up because I had a great childhood. So I can't see all the comics like that one.
You had a great childhood. That is so surprising because everyone I've met says they've had a terrible childhood.
Oh, I had a good one. It was awesome. Yeah. It was awesome.
So you can't play that game to out terrible people, right?
No, and I never try either. I try to out. I'm like, well, I've been to 7 continents. What about you, loser? No, I'm just joking. Yeah.
Whenever someone tells me a terrible childhood story, I say, "Oh well, my mom forgot she left me in the hospital for 3 weeks." You know, try beating that.
Yeah, and then they come back and be like, "Well, you don't remember it," and you're like, "Yeah, I do. Yep, I sure do."
I read the doctor notes, yeah.
I love it. Well, good start, Keith. We're killing it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So this is just what it is, basically, just talking, getting to know you. Awesome. Obviously, we're gonna talk about your first movie that you're the star, I Am Ryan, which is coming out May 22nd. Yes. And they sent me the trailer. It actually looks really funny. I like the music. I like the whole vibe thing. How did you get this idea? Is it just because someone said, "Hey, you look like Ryan Reynolds, you should make a movie," or like how?
Yeah. So it started in my like early 20s. I'm 167 years old now. I'm a vampire, born in 1859. But when I was in my 20s, people were like, you look like this guy from the future named Ryan Reynolds. So my whole adult life has been like, you look like this guy. But I was a musician, so it didn't matter. Like we weren't crossing paths or anything. But then when I moved out to LA and I was like, I've got some free time, maybe I should start doing some commercials, make some money. And then I started getting hired because they're like, well, you're a lot cheaper than Mr. Reynolds. And I'm like, who's Mr. Reynolds? So I started figuring it out. And yeah, just my whole career has been like, I've done like the Hitman's Bodyguard. Like I was the poster guy and they just cut my face out for Ryan. I've done stuff for like Free Guy. I always
really
my humble brag is that I got to do the Deadpool video game music before he was Deadpool by like 6 months. And you can't even find that video game anymore because of the rights. But that's as far as like we've gone connection wise. Other than that, it's just been like I've been hobnobbing around Hollywood as a musician, but acting every now and then. And I think it's because I look like him a little bit. So it's been awesome for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so fat. Like, I don't think people realize that there are those jobs out there, like celebrity lookalikes. Because when I was 8 or 9, my aunt was dating someone who looked like Jim Carrey, and he kept saying he's like Jim Carrey's stunt double or whatever, and he was just lying his ass off,
Yeah, yeah,
because he just wants to impress the family. And
yeah.
then you look at a picture today, he looks nothing like Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. See, I'm about 80% there, especially like when Ryan is like short hair and I'm super like ripped and stuff. We're pretty close. But
Yeah,
as he's getting older, we're looking a little bit more different. So this is my time. I have to
you have to
capitalize
act
on it.
on it. Yeah.
I am Ryan 1 and 2. We got to do it real quick.
Exactly. You look
Yeah.
like Ryan from The Proposal. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Thank you. Dude, he was
Yeah.
like 30 years old in that. How great is that? That's fantastic. Thank you. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is great. Thank you.
But that's one of my favorite movies because I love romantic comedies. I think romantic comedies are the best form of humor.
Rom-coms are fantastic. What's your favorite rom-com?
Oh man, I got so many of them, man. Like the one I'm watching right now, you're gonna laugh, but it's Must Love Dogs.
Sure. Hey, no big whoop. I'm not
Yeah.
laughing. That's fantastic. I love dogs.
Yeah, but it's so funny because like the reason why I think romance is funny is because nobody can fall in love in 2 hours. So that's why it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, if you want to trick the lady or guy into falling in love with you faster, this is a terrible scientific CIA mind trick thing, but I just learned this. If you take them 3 places on your first date, like dinner, movie, and a walk in the park, third interaction makes them trust you so much more. This sounds like a serial killer, but it makes them trust you so much more, and the relationship will go faster. Just
Really?
saying. That's
Oh.
scientific. Just read it.
Oh my god.
There you go.
I've never dated anybody because I'm not like so like Hobart. I have this thing called Asperger's syndrome, so I'm really bad at talking to people, but I'm really good at talking to celebrities because I'm a celebrity. You know what I mean?
I got
So
you.
so it's like we're in the same field. So like if I see a girl at a grocery store, I just can't talk to her.
Sure, sure.
You know,
Have
unless
you ever
she's on the TV.
have you ever thought about going on Love on the Spectrum just because those are technically famous people now because they're on the TV and now you can talk to them? There's the
Yeah,
loophole.
yeah, but I'd win that show, and I don't want to go. I don't want to go on a show to win. You know what I mean?
That's a
Like,
great bit. Have you used that in stand up yet?
oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say
yeah,
that's a great bit. Yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you.
I
But
knew it.
I didn't tell you the whole bit, but I just like did the
You
yeah.
didn't need to. That was perfect. I can't wait to come see you live. I didn't answer your question, by the way, Keith. I'm so sorry. How did this come about? In 2017, I wrote the script, I Am Ryan, for the movie. I wrote it in 2017 because I was getting into like writing books and screenplays. I was just like, oh, I can do this. And I was doing it.
Yeah.
And I started pitching screenplays, and that was one of them, I Am Ryan. And nobody wanted it. There was like a little bit of interest early on, and then it fizzled out, right? So I kept it in my back pocket. And then in 2025, I was talking to Carl Jackson of Carl Jackson Studios, the studio that did it. And we were just chit chatting about different projects and stuff. And they had hired me to be like a small actor in like a movie.
Yeah.
Um, he was like, "Wait, what's this idea?" And I sent him like the Bible to it and everything and the script. And he was like 2 minutes later, he just like read the log line. He's like, "Let's do it." And so yeah, 2025. What was that? Yeah, August 2025. We filmed it. It was like, what the heck?
Oh my God. How long did it take you? Was it like a quick shoot, or how
Yeah,
long did? Okay.
super quick. So like 14 days total on it, like real quick. The days were short. We didn't want to keep people too long because we had everything mapped out perfectly, and it was really heavy on me and the skeezy manager Henry, who by the way, this is his breakout role. This guy named Sharif, who you guys will see
Yeah.
as the lead, who stands with me all the time. He plays like a really skeezy Hollywood manager that like tricks Brian Reynolds with a B into doing all these commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
Sharif he was like perfect for this part, and we cast him in the last like week and a half. Like we took forever to find Henry because it was such an important role, and gosh, he nailed it. This is like
Really.
if he doesn't get an Oscar, I'm joking, but like he was really good. He was really good.
I was gonna say, I would say 90% of managers are sleazy. So like,
You don't need a manager, you need an agent. That's what you
yeah,
need,
yeah.
baby. Agents work. Managers, I don't know.
I would
All
say
the
that's
managers out there.
probably good to get.
Agents are great.
No, yeah. Uh, no, they are great. It's a different form of the entertainment pie, though. So, like,
So true.
I pick on them a little, but they don't understand the artist vibe in a way. You know what I mean?
No.
So that's where I kind of step on toes a little.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that because you wrote the script. A little interesting fact about me, Hobart, is I write scripts and I teach screenwriting.
Awesome.
So when you were saying you went to these pitches and stuff, I know the deal that before like these producers and executives read it, they have something called an assistant, right? And
Yeah.
and they have to read these scripts before they pass it on to their boss or whatever. And
Yeah.
this is what I teach my students all the time. Write for like an 8-year-old could read it because these
Yeah. Fifth grade.
assistants, yeah, these
Yep.
assistants don't know what the hell they're doing. You know what I
No,
mean?
and no shade to the assistants, but also they don't want to be reading your crap. They're trying to suck up to the boss, and it's what it
Exactly.
is. Every now
Yeah.
and then they're going to be excited about a project, but that's a tough business to get into to start out as a PA, as an assistant, whatever it is. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah,
It's hard.
definitely. But
What's your favorite genre to write in?
I write romantic comedies and I write thrillers,
Oh, that's
because
awesome.
those are the two cheapest to make.
Yeah.
So like I try and take the like okay, if I make the cheapest to make, the one that makes the most money, you
Yeah.
get, but like I've learned it because like I toured with Norm Macdonald for 9 years, so
Oh,
I was
the
his
best.
assistant too. So
Yeah.
like I kind of know these things, you know what I mean? I know little secrets
He was
in
so
Hollywood.
funny. I love watching YouTube clips of him just, troll people and stuff. That was just him and his perfect. And I love the Adam Sandler story where he goes to his apartment, the SNL days, and he goes into his freezer to get some food. And there's like 20 grand of money in the freezer. And Adam's like, Norm, did you win big at Atlantic City? He's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I won big. I won big. And he's like, yeah, congratulations. And then he's like, but I don't trust banks. And so he would put it in the bank. And then like he saw him the next day or whatever. He's like, "Hey, did you ever figure out how to do the taxes or whatever?" Because he didn't want to pay taxes on it. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I have to pay taxes. I lost it." Like he went gambling again.
But no, that was really him, man.
I
Uh,
love it.
so when you're filming this movie, you had a script. How much of it did you like? Did you do takes where you improv'd anything, or like how was that? You,
100% improv. So there was a script, there was a huge Bible, there was like I broke it down to every actor. I'm like, this is what's happening. I'm going to be your dialogue coach in it. Throwaway lines. If this is listening, because I hate when people act. Actors are
yeah,
terrible. It's the
yeah,
people who can recreate the situation, the scene and stuff. I would rather hire a non-actor to play a part, as long as it's not like the Revenant or something, or like Tarantino movie. I'd rather have somebody who doesn't act very much or at all because I want them to be normal. So
yeah,
everybody in the movie is listening to each other, which is, I hope, very obvious to people. So the script was there, but I said, throw it away. This is the idea. Let's rock and roll. And so it was so much better that way. It was crazy. Everybody was great.
yeah. I haven't seen this yet, but I have like a little joke idea for I Am Ryan 2. If you
Yes.
want to go on a rampage with me on this,
Yes.
so I tour with T.J. Miller, who's one of my best friends,
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
and TJ's in Deadpool. So in the
Yes.
second one, we could like maybe bring you to a show or something, and we could confuse him. Like,
Right.
why is Ryan at my show?
Right,
Right?
exactly. It would be great. TJ Miller was so good in Silicon Valley. Yin Yang! I loved him as Erlich Bachman. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of TJ, and I hope, is he going to be in the new Deadpool? Like when they do it and stuff? Because I know he wasn't in the
Uh,
last one or whatever.
I'm not at liberty to say that, man.
Okay, I think guys, for the record, I think he's going to do it. I think so.
Yeah.
But we should mess with TJ. He's great, and that would be
Yeah,
really funny.
that would be a great joke, a great bit, right?
Yeah. I
So
just
yeah.
get the glasses. We have a green screen following me, and I'm trying to sell premium wireless to people as we walk around. What's been hard though, Keith, is we have a premiere coming up, and we've been trying to get doppelgangers of Ryan to show up to the premiere. Just as like a viral stunt.
Yeah.
People are delusional in Hollywood. Like all the submissions we've gotten, they've sent them over to me. Nobody looks like Ryan or the people auditioning. I'm like, where do we find Ryan Reynolds lookalike? So I'm winning
Yeah.
by default. This
Yeah,
is
they
just
can't
God work.
use you because you're the star.
That's it. I can't find anybody. We have to put
Oh my
masks on them. It's crazy.
you know what you should do? You should tweet Ryan Reynolds and ask him if you could use his stunt doubles or something.
I've been harassing him since November when the trailer came out, just to say, "Hey, endorse the movie." I like all sorts of things. I've danced for him. I've listened to nostalgic music, dozens and dozens of videos to get Ryan's attention. Good for him for ignoring me, because they will do him no good. They will do him
Yeah.
no good talking to me.
Right. What about when you're casting this? So like, there's characters like you and Henry the manager. How many other characters are this, and how was that casting process? Because you have to find
Yeah.
someone that matches your humor, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so Carl Jackson Studios did a great job casting with this. I got to give him props because it was amazing. Everybody showed up to play. There's Henry's mom and dad. Henry's dad, I think, he's like a Law and Order kind of actor. So he's like a serious actor, Henry's dad in it, which is funny. But he was a really nice guy. The mom was like a Southern beauty queen kind of feel. But the best one that we accidentally cast, and we didn't know, was the grandmother. The grandmother that hangs out with Brian in the back of the car doesn't speak a lick in the whole movie. She just got the facial emotion. Like, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
She was in Terminator, and none of us knew. The first Terminator, she was like the anchor lady that's like, Sarah Connor is dead, or whatever. That was her. And none of us knew that she was in the original Terminator back in the 80s, and we cast her and told her not to talk.
Oh my god. Are there deleted scenes, or like where you could be like, okay, go off the camera? Oh my god! So you told her not to talk the whole day?
Yeah. No, the whole shoot. She had the most screen time other than Henry and me, for sure. She was there every day, and she was a rock star. Actually, her like husband or partner or whatever is a rock star from the 80s. I don't remember his name, but he was super cool. He was on set a few times. But yeah, so we had the Terminator lady, and we didn't use her properly because we're idiots and we didn't do our homework.
Well, you gotta learn these things for I Am Ryan too. You know what I mean?
I Am Ryan too, which is written, by the way. If it's a mild success, like, we're gonna do it. We've already got it all planned out.
Oh, excellent. And then I wrote like a 5-page scene for you with that TJ thing. So we'll do that.
Yeah, with TJ.
It'll
Well,
be
I
great.
think we should show up with a bunch of lookalikes like Hugh Jackman and stuff anyway. I think that'd be really funny to have a bunch of doppelgangers all at one event.
Is it easier to find lookalikes that look like Hugh Jackman?
Probably not. I haven't tried yet.
I feel like every dad looks like Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yeah. They kind of do. If they were born between 1960 and 1974, yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes I get confused of Hugh Jackman with my own dad.
Hugh, why don't you say you love me?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen my dad in 20 years, so, but I'm sure he
gosh.
looks. I'm sure he looks like Hugh Jackman now. You know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the vibe. So
very
this
very norm thing to say. I haven't seen him in 20 years. I bet he looks like Hugh Jackman.
Oh, thank you. Speaking of like lookalikes, people think I sound like him, but I don't look like him. But like I toured with him, like I was friends with him for 15 years, and I toured with him for 9 years, so I've caught mannerisms, I guess.
Yes.
But it's so. I guess when you sound like someone, it's way worse than when you look like someone. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I can't say. I don't sound like Ryan at all, but I look like him. I don't know what's better.
But take it from me, it's terrible because people like always want me to do like little cameos and talking like it's weird, man.
You can make some money.
Well, I'm rich in character.
Yeah.
So this movie, though, like at the end of the day, I would say it's more like a buddy film. You know what I mean? So
there's family. It's not raunchy. There's nothing to it. It's just a silly comedy, a bunch of mistaken identities. It's a family movie at the end of the day because the manager's doing terrible things, but at the end of the day, he doesn't want to hurt his family. He doesn't want to hurt the people he cares about. They don't deserve it. So there's a slight moral up pitch there, but really it's just a silly thing to watch and be like, haha, all right, there's 80, 90 minutes of my life that wasn't so bad. All right.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like especially now comedy is very needed.
Yeah.
Like, in the olden days comedy was just like, it was just a comedy. But now a lot of people are making comedies because just how we are just as a world and society, not even politics, technology and all this stuff. Comedy is like the thing. You know what I mean?
It's lonely out there, even when you're connected with everybody. So yeah, comedy will bring everybody together. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I always heard it's better to be around people laughing than be better than being around people crying.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's 100% true.
You know, like when I go to funerals, I'm so awkward. I'm like, where's the laughter here? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like, can I get? I got a type 5 for this. Does anybody mind?
Exactly. Like, you know, it's just, but I have a dark, sophisticated sense of humor, so that's why, like, I don't like to go to funerals because I'll probably think of a joke and it will
Hmm.
probably offend the entire family, and it's like,
Yep. It's
yeah.
all about. You know what comedy is, though? It's all about
I think we,
timing.
yeah, timing,
There you
yeah.
go. There was the joke. Well done.
No, yeah. Like, my friend died like 3 weeks ago, and he like drowned himself in the bathtub. It was very, very sad. And the whole time I'm at this funeral, I'm just thinking to myself, he was really, really thirsty.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that, but I didn't. You know what I mean? 'Cause-
The joke didn't land. They're gonna cut it. Dang. Anyway, your
exactly.
joke is great. Your joke was
Uh,
great about drinking too much.
well, you know,
Well,
but
I've got to try stuff.
no. So when you finished filming this and then you started pitching it and stuff, like, how
Yeah.
was that the like? Did you pitch it first, then film it, or did you film it first, then pitch it?
So it was so in 2025 early is when Carl Jackson from Carl Jackson Studios was like, we're gonna make this movie. And we were planning for like the summer, maybe July or August, and it ended up being in August. So we planned everything out. We cast everybody. It was already funded, and then we shot it. So we didn't have to pitch it at all because the studio was the one that was going to do it, and they did
Yeah.
it.
Uh,
Which in this business is wild to have that kind of. I still had creative process over everything because he delegates. He's a smart dude, so he takes the talent and he's like, okay, run and don't make me look bad, that sort of thing. And he's got to, I like that, to be able to trust me to do stuff.
and it's so unusual that you have this trust because, like, one, you wrote this, and but this is your first starring role where this is
Right.
like uh like I don't mean to like hurt your
No,
feelings, but if this
not at all.
crash and burns, this is your fault. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I'm planning on it. I'm from Illinois. I don't have any expectations. I came from the cornfield. I can't believe I'm talking to you right now. So
Oh,
I'm super stoked. I think the selling point for Carl was I wrote it, I'll act in it, but I'll compose the music for it as well, which I didn't know was such a thing. Like I thought,
you did that song?
I did everything. Everything
Oh
you
my
hear is me.
god, that was
I'm sorry.
such a great song.
Thank you. Everything you hear is me. So when you watch the movie, it's crazy because I didn't realize, I've submitted to films and stuff and licensed TV. Well, they do it. No, 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 no. When you compose, you got to watch the darn movie and play and then stop and think about it. Okay, does this make sense? Like you have to go back and forth. It took weeks and weeks to compose. It ended up being like 24 songs on the soundtrack. But,
Oh my god, that's
it's
fantastic.
and I created this kind of like cool sound on accident where I call it bossa nova marching band.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like that Austin Powers, like that nice thing, but with like heavy, HBCU drums, which I love percussion. And so I brought it together. And so the movie is just like kind of marching along. And, I like that genre now. It's kind of cool.
oh my god, that's so cool, dude. I'm like more impressed with this that you composed the own music too, because
Oh, that was awful. Yeah, it was awful.
that's like 30 different hats you're wearing, you know?
Yeah, I get. Well, in the industry nowadays, kids watching right now, you got to be able to do a bunch of stuff and make yourself worth something more, especially nowadays because everybody can make stuff. Everybody
Yeah,
can make stuff on their phone. There's a bunch of verticals out there, and it's just different. So if you can do more than one thing, you're gonna have a better shot at succeeding.
yeah. I do tell my students that they should write like a 3-minute short video and film it on their iPhone,
Yeah, for sure. It
and
makes
none of them could really do it though. Yeah,
I think the most important thing in the movie is the sound because everything can be beautiful nowadays,
yeah,
especially with like AI, but like the sound is very important. And like you could watch Blair Witch Project and be like, okay, I'll forgive the shaky camera because that's what it is, but the sound is intriguing. So
yeah.
I think it's really important to pay attention to. Not saying I did a good job. I'm just saying it's
I,
important.
I'm gonna watch I'm gonna watch this movie twice. One, for
Yes.
the sound, then I'm
Yes.
gonna watch, the
Just
story.
go to the movie theater with a blindfold on, sit there and just listen to it and be like, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. That's great.
Well, it's very interesting you say that because a lot of people probably don't know that music is part of a movie, and
Hmm.
music can either make a movie amazing or it can make it really, really bad. I mean, if you look at Halloween, for example, if we're
Hmm.
being honest, that movie's actually very terrible. But
Yeah.
the music makes it really good.
Can you imagine Michael Myers coming towards you? It's like you're just like, oh, Lord have mercy. Here comes Michael. Here comes Michael. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
100%.
I there's not a lot of people who know that, so I'm kind of glad that you're on that page that knows that. Like, I feel like we're a small species that think music is part of the film. You know?
Yeah, and I think it's really important to hire the right sound people for your film and stuff. You don't go cheap on the sound. You can cut corners nowadays on some stuff because you can make it up with all the technology we have. But still, the sound on the day, it's really hard to do ADR and come in afterwards and record stuff. If you can get some really good sound on the day, oh, it makes your life so much easier with editing. And thank
My
goodness
God.
I didn't edit, but I was there a lot for it because they kept sending me clips to get ready for composing.
Yeah.
Oh man, makes a big difference.
Sound and editing. I was gonna say editing is probably, if I had a lot of money and I was making my own movie, I'd do that. Like,
Yeah,
because like anyone could direct anyone. You could even take a bad actor and make them good with great editing. I mean,
right.
like
Yeah,
I've done two movies and they're terrible, but they're good movies because the editor. You know what
the
I mean?
editor was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guys, it's true. Spend your money on post production and marketing and stuff. I think it's a really important thing to do if you don't have millions of dollars for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, I want to respect your time, but I have three more questions for you.
Please,
Can
please,
we?
you're good.
Okay. So this isn't anything about the movie. This is about you. So these are
Okay,
like personal questions. If you don't want to answer them, you could just hit pass, and I get it. You know.
okay.
Okay. Cold pizza or hot pizza? Which one do you prefer?
Cold pizza, and I've thought about making a vending machine at colleges that just serves cold pizza and cold brew coffee, and people
Yeah.
can come up and get cold pizza, and they can heat it up at their house if they want to. I'm not going to deal with that, but the cold brew and the cold brew pizza, I'm all about it. Yes, cold pizza.
Now, you said cold pizza. What's your favorite place to get cold pizza if it was a hot pizza? Like you put it in the fridge, like Pizza Hut,
Yeah.
Domino's, or what's your spot?
So since I'm from Illinois, I'm not from Chicago, but I do like the Chicago deep dish. So if we're going chain, I'll say Giordano.
Okay.
Giordano's is you can get it in Las Vegas. I think there's some places here in California now, but it's a deep dish pizza, and if you put it into the the fridge, it will congeal. It will congeal together and make this delicious sweet sauce, and I'm all about it. Giordano.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm a cold pizza fan myself, but here's the thing that I don't like is like the good thing about hot pizza is you could eat it with ranch. Cold
Yeah.
pizza, you eat it with ranch. It's like what a, you know?
Nope. You're right. If you're going to use any sauce on the cold pizza, I think it's got to be hot sauce or something like that, in
Yeah,
my opinion, because you gotta bring back the flavor a little bit.
exactly. Now, you do music now. You've always done music, but now you're a movie star and a writer.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, what is your biggest fear that you have knowing what you are now? Like, are your fears getting higher, or are you like, okay, I can handle this?
It's amazing. The other day, I got a bad review. The person had not seen the movie yet or anything like that, but they're just coming down on the film. I could care less. I'm at a point in my life. It was amazing. We're like, I've accomplished a lot. I've been super successful. I've got a great family and great support system. So they've made me a little fearless. So what anybody says to me outside of like my inner group there, I could give a hoot. So I think it's the same as what it's been. I've always been pretty confident because I deliver on the best of my ability. And I
Right.
know I've tried my best. So when people say negative things, I'm like, you must be having a bad day. And I don't really care. So I'm at the same level. I'm not a very anxious person.
It takes a lot to be, like a lot of energy to be mean to somebody.
Oh, it's crazy. It's
You
so
know?
much easier to be nice to somebody. Somebody opened the door for me today. I was ecstatic. I went to the post office to mail out some stuff, and they opened the door, and I was like, "Oh, yes, yes, thank you." And they're like, "Oh, okay." So
Yeah.
easy.
I've never really understood that because like Here's the thing about me is like, even though I'm a celebrity myself, like you, I don't believe in the word celebrity. So I don't believe anyone has like more power over anyone to treat people down. Like I also don't even believe in princes or presidents or kings. Like I don't believe in that. I believe we're all humans, you know.
Yeah, we all end up the same. We all came in the same, except for you were alone for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
But we were. See what I did there? But
I
the
did. Callback.
but seriously, yeah, there's no reason to be mean to anybody. There really isn't. And I even if they've been mean to you, it's kind of just like, well, just let them go. That's the easiest thing. A hater's
Yeah.
gonna hate. That's fine. Let it go.
Yeah. So you know what because like one time this someone wrote a review about my stand-up special, right? And they're like, oh, I saw Keith Reza. He was drunk and high the whole time or whatever. And I don't do drugs and I don't do drinking, right? So I just commented. I was like, was not.
You wrote was not nerd. Yeah.
Well, no, but I just feel like sometimes if you're nice on the troll, it kind of, you know what I mean? You kind of like,
Yeah, oh, I get it, man. I host a game show every day, Monday through Friday in the morning. I host a game show called Live Play Bingo. I've been
nice.
hosting. It's amazing. I've been hosting it for like almost 6 years. I thought it'd be like 6 months, just a gig, but it turned into like this really great side career from music. And
Yeah.
there's trolls every single day, and if you're nice to them, it destroys them. I'm like, if you're just nice, they got nothing to do. They're like, well, he's nice. Oh, rats. Well, my day's ruined.
They're like, we can't be mean to the nice guy because then
Yeah.
we'll look meaner.
Right.
You know?
This is beyond my meme limit. Yes.
It's kind of like how like mean people don't really think they're mean. They think they're not. It's kind of like villains in movies. They don't really think they're the villain. They think they're the good guy. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. The
And
origin story. That's right.
yeah. All right, man. So, second to last question: if you were an ice cream flavor, right, like a Ben and Jerry's brand, you know, and you could name yourself whatever you want, what would you name yourself, and what would it be called? Like, what kind of?
Well, I've actually thought of this in deep detail. You remember the brand Thrifty? You remember
Yeah,
that? Yeah. Because
they sell it now. It's like a
yeah.
cheap ripoff of what it was. Yeah, I love Thrifty.
So I'm a thrifty cat myself. I'm very, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm the Temu version of Mr. Reynolds. So I'm
Yeah.
thrifty, and then I'm be birthday cake because birthday cakes everybody likes birthday cake. So I'm be thrifty birthday cake.
Oh, excellent. Would you be vanilla birthday cake, chocolate, or like just?
Yeah, let's be real. I'd be vanilla. Come on now. Yeah,
All right, vanilla birthday cake, thrifty. I like that.
yeah.
And then the last question is this has nothing to do with you, but I'm very curious on your thoughts because I was watching this documentary about like the Egyptian pyramids and all that
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and the truth is we have we really don't know how these things were made, and I wanted to ask, how do you think these things were made?
I'm with you. So I know that it traveled about 20 kilometers away. Like the big blocks are like, a ton or two, like they're thousands of pounds. They said 20 to 30,000 people built this over 20 years. So I'm with you. I'm very aware of this conspiracy, non-conspiracy. I think we built it. I think
Really?
people built it. I don't think it was aliens. I think they got better stuff to do. I think we're really far away from other civilizations, if there are aliens.
Yeah.
I don't think we have it figured out. But yeah, I think we built it. But it probably, how they're like, we're gonna be building like at Disneyland. Great example. Disneyland's like, we're gonna be refurbishing for about 6 months, and it takes a year. The same thing. They lied. They're like, yeah, it took 20 years to build the pyramids. No, it
Right.
probably took like 155 years.
That's a good theory. I actually, Hobart, you want to hear my theory? This might
Please, I love it. I love
this
it.
might blow you out of the water. Okay.
Okay.
So, in like 3,000, 4,000 years from today, right? They come up with these things. Human civilization has come up with this thing called time machines, right? I don't know why I did it like Dr. Evil. I apologize. So, these time machine people, they say, hey, you know what will be funny? If we go back into the past and we build all this random stuff.
Oh.
And they're like, that would be hysterical. So they take all these machines and they build these pyramids and they're like, la la la, we're making the past semi cool, right? And then they go in the future and they have this big crystal ball and they're looking at us right now and they're laughing their fucking asses off.
It's a great theory.
Because we are so confused and they're like, these idiots. Yeah. You know, it's like a poker game, you know?
I think you're far off because if we can time travel in 3,000 years, we've got it going on. We're going to be okay. I think that's great. We're going to be okay.
That's my pitch to Back to the Future 14.
Man, how many Back to the Futures have they done? 2 or 3?
I think they've done 3. They had a Western one. I remember that.
The Western. Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
So May 22nd is the day to go see you star, and I am Ryan. Are you excited to see it on the big screen with the folks? Are you like?
I'm so curious. I think I'm going to be underwhelmed. I've been watching movies my entire life, you know, and one of the cool things is one of the theaters that picked it up is in my hometown, and they didn't know
nice.
They didn't know it was me, but like I went to that theater so many times, and now it'll be up there. So I think that's kind of cool. But I'm not trying to build it up in my brain because I'm worried I'm just going to show up and be like, I'm going to be picking out everything that's wrong with it because I've seen it, and I'll be like, looking for people to laugh. I'm like, oh, well, all right. So I don't know. I'm a little suspect about what it's going to be like.
Yeah. I had a very, because like I did a starring movie once and I had a very bad experience because like at the end of the day, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm not an actor, right? So I skipped the premiere because I didn't want to see it. Like I knew it was, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm very insecure when I watch myself, you know?
Yeah.
But the cool thing is people sometimes come up to me and say Deadpool.
Deadpool? There's the workaround, guys. There's the joke.
That's the joke, because I look nothing like... I can't pull it off.
You've been waiting on that one for 38 minutes.
I was going to tell you that at the beginning, but then you started talking about guitars and stuff. I was like, all right, I can keep up.
Can you see, this black one is my favorite one, by the way. I've got many guitars, but this black and white one has no name. If you'd like to name it, in honor of this great interview, did you want to name this black one and white one? Because there's no name.
How about the Hobart blade?
The Hobart blade? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
It likes that. The Hobart blade. All right. You got it. Right. I'll call it the Hobart blade. I like it.
All right. Where can the folks at home follow and support you at?
Yeah. So Instagram is my most heavy. Like that's what I'm on every day. Instagram. So Big Sushi Vampire. Because I'm big. I love sushi. And I devour it like a vampire. So Big Sushi Vampire. That's me on Instagram. I've got TikTok and YouTube, all that. Don't worry about it. You can always stream my music just by typing in my name, Hobart.
Yeah.
Like Spotify, just type my name in. You'll find, dozens of songs.
I'm going to listen to it right now. Like, I'm very fascinated about the music.
And the new album. The new album comes out literally May 6th. So I won't say what day it is now because you never know when these come out. But May 6th, I got a new album called Don't Die in Illinois. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And it's a callback. It's a funny thing because like my grandparents are from Illinois. Everybody's from Illinois. But my parents have figured out that they don't want to die in Illinois because there's a death tax that's unreasonable.
Really?
Illinois. And the estate and all that stuff. They're like, we cannot die here.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. Is it just in Illinois or is it everywhere?
There's certain states, that have higher taxes than others. And Illinois is one of them, but they don't deserve it. Illinois is not that nice, guys. I've been there forever. Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cancel all my Illinois gigs. And I'm never going to... I can't because you never know when you die. I can't die. No.
Don't worry. Your residence is not there. You're good to go. You're California.
Oh, it has to be a residence. Oh, okay.
You're good, buddy. You'll be all right.
Whew, I was going to say, I almost sold out Chicago, and I'm going to lose that 30 grand by...
I've got a deposit down in this theater. Yeah.
All right. Well, man, hey, it was good to meet you, and you're a good dude, and like next time, let's do this in person, Let's get a chicken or something.
I like it. Over a chicken sandwich, it's a date for I Am Ryan 2 or any other thing that's coming up. I love it.
All right, cool. All right, man. Well, we'll see you later. May 22nd, I Am Ryan is going to be in the theaters, and I'm sure it's going to be on the streaming services, too, after that, so you could rent that and all that. And
easy peasy. All right. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Good to talk to you, man.
See you later.
All right, guys. That was the episode. Subscribe, rate, review, tell a friend, or tell an enemy. And we'll see you guys next week on Reza Riffs. Big music cue.